5 subtle signs she's into you. Old Stoic wisdom. Welcome back to my channel. Women are wet when they show these 5 secret signs. Female psychology. Have you ever wondered how to decode the secret signals women send when they're truly into you? It's no secret that attraction is as much about subtle, unspoken behaviors as it is about chemistry. Too many men miss these signs not because they're invisible, but because they're invisible to the untrained eye. That's where Old Stoic wisdom comes in. A Stoic man sees what others ignore. He doesn't chase validation. He observes with clarity and acts with intention. So let me ask you, have you ever felt like a woman was drawing you in one moment, then pulling away the next? That push and pull isn't always confusion. Sometimes it's a language all its own. Today, you'll learn 5 subtle signs she's into you. These are not gimmicks or tricks. They're rooted in human psychology and emotional truth. These behaviors reveal a woman's genuine interest, often before she even speaks a word. By understanding them, you gain more than attraction. You gain emotional intelligence, confidence, and connection. Why is this important? Because when a man misreads these cues, he either acts too soon or misses his moment entirely. But when he learns to see clearly, he builds relationships on mutual respect, not false hope. He moves with strength, not desperation. He understands that attraction isn't just about desire, it's about timing, trust, and shared energy. This knowledge gives you an edge, but more than that, it gives you peace of mind. A Stoic man doesn't need games. He simply sees the truth, and the truth sets him apart. So, stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the quiet power to read between the lines and finally understand what she's truly telling you without ever saying a word. And the reality is, women often communicate their attraction in ways that are nonverbal. And when you learn to read these cues, you unlock a whole new level of connection. Let's start with the psychology behind female attraction. Have you ever wondered why women are drawn to certain traits or behaviors? The answer lies in evolutionary psychology. For centuries, women have been wired to seek qualities that signal strength, stability, and emotional security. This isn't just about physical strength. It's about traits like confidence, attentiveness, and the ability to create a safe emotional space. Here's the fascinating part. While men often respond to visual cues, women are more likely to be influenced by emotional and psychological triggers. What does that mean for you? It means that what truly matters to most women isn't the car you drive or the brand of your watch. It's how you make them feel. When a woman feels seen, heard, and valued, it activates a deep sense of connection that goes beyond physical attraction. But here's where things get tricky. Attraction isn't always straightforward. Women often communicate interest through subtle behaviors, and missing these cues can lead to confusion or missed opportunities. That's why understanding these signals is essential. When you can recognize the difference between genuine attraction and casual friendliness, you gain the confidence to act appropriately and avoid missteps. The key is to focus on patterns. One behavior on its own might not mean much, but when you see multiple signs aligning, that's when you know there's something deeper going on. Sign 1. Subtle touches. Subtle touches, a gesture so quiet it could be missed, yet when you know how to see it, it speaks volumes. For the Stoic man, calm, observant, and grounded, this is one of the oldest, yet most profound signs that a woman is into you. Picture this. You're deep in conversation, and as you speak, her fingers briefly graze yours. Or perhaps she leans in a bit closer and touches your arm to emphasize her words. Maybe her hand lingers just a moment longer on your shoulder when she laughs at your joke. These are not random acts. They're intentional cues cloaked in subtlety. They are soft invitations into her world. While the modern world moves fast, touch remains timeless. It's primal. It's how humans communicated long before words were formed. Psychologically, it is one of the earliest ways we form trust and connection. For women, especially those who move through life aware of emotional cues, subtle touches can signal both comfort and curiosity. It's her way of closing the distance, testing the water to see if you'll meet her halfway. These touches are rarely accidental. They're like whispers from her soul, hinting at a desire for closeness without the pressure of declaring it outright. In our modern age where everything is digital, from text messages to emojis, physical touch stands out more than ever. It's rare, it's real, and it's risky, and that's why it matters. A man who practices Stoic wisdom doesn't just react. He observes, reflects, and chooses his response with grace. So what should you do when you notice these cues? You don't rush in, nor do you pull away. You stay centered. Reciprocate in kind, not in excess. If she brushes your arm, a gentle touch in return, perhaps when you're making a point or guiding her through a door, can say, "I see you, and I respect this moment." Don't overanalyze. Don't fall into the trap of questioning every move. That's not what the Stoic does. Instead, be present. Let the energy unfold naturally. Trust your gut, but more importantly, trust your self-control. Because how you handle these small moments tells her everything about who you are. In a world of loud gestures and shallow signals, it's in the quiet, intentional touches that true attraction often begins. Let it build, not with force, but with presence. Stay grounded, stay wise, and remember, when a woman opens that door, even slightly, it's your stillness, not your speed, that will invite her to keep stepping closer. Sign 2. Prioritizing time with you. When a woman truly has feelings for you, she will consistently make time for you, no matter how demanding her schedule may be. It might not always be extravagant or grandiose, but even the smallest gestures, like suggesting a casual coffee meetup, planning a weekend together, or taking a few minutes to check in with you, indicate that she values your presence in her life. In our fast-paced world, time has become one of our most precious resources, and when she dedicates hers to you, it's a clear message that she sees something special in you, someone worth her investment. The act of prioritizing you speaks volumes about her feelings, reflecting not just interest, but a deeper level of care and connection. This is a profound demonstration of affection, because, as any Stoic would tell you, time is finite, and how we choose to spend it reveals much about our values. If she chooses to spend hers with you, it means that, in her eyes, you are someone who enriches her life and holds significance in her heart. So why does this matter? It matters because it's more than just the act of spending time together. It's about the effort and intention behind it. When she does this, she's not just fitting you into her busy schedule. She's actively making space for you, placing you in a position of importance in her life. How should you respond to such a clear sign of affection? The best way is to acknowledge her effort. A simple, heartfelt, "Thank you for making time for me," is an acknowledgement that shows your gratitude for the energy and thought she has put into the relationship. After expressing appreciation, it's essential to reciprocate the gesture. Be fully present, engaged, and let her feel that you value her time as much as she values yours. by matching her effort and showing that you are just as willing to prioritize her. You deepen the connection and create an environment where both of you can grow closer. In today's world, where distractions are endless and time is often the hardest thing to come by, such acts of prioritization are not just sweet. They are powerful signals of genuine interest and emotional investment. Sign 3. Genuine eye contact. One of the most quietly powerful signs a woman is truly into you lies not in her words, but in her eyes. It's ancient, it's primal, and it speaks volumes. When a woman holds your gaze just a moment longer than what's considered casual, that pause, so subtle it could be missed by the untrained eye, carries a weight of unspoken feeling. This isn't just a glance, it's a look that lingers, deliberate and full of intent. Her pupils may dilate slightly, her expression softens, and there's a sense of warmth as if she's letting down a guarded part of herself. This is not about seduction, it's about connection. Eye contact, as the Stoics would recognize, is a mirror of the soul. As Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. But in moments of silence, the eyes do all the listening and all the speaking." In those seconds of prolonged eye contact, she's silently saying, "I see you. I acknowledge your presence. I want you to notice me too." In this age of distractions and performative gestures, such unfiltered connection is rare and meaningful. It shows vulnerability, trust, and a willingness to be seen. That kind of moment is where old wisdom meets modern understanding. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When her thoughts are drawn to you, her eyes will reflect it, if you are present enough to notice. And that's the challenge, to be present, not lost in desire, not distracted by insecurity, but anchored in your own quiet confidence. So, when you sense this happening, meet her gaze, not with arrogance or neediness, but with composed awareness. Let your eyes speak back, calm and assured. Add a small, real smile, not forced, to show you are engaged, and you're not afraid of intimacy. It's a dance of energy, not domination. It's respect, gentle, mutual. Just as the Stoics taught us to master ourselves before trying to understand others, you must first observe without rushing, without overthinking. Be still, and the signs will reveal themselves. Now ask yourself, have you ever experienced this kind of gaze from a woman? Did you notice it or dismiss it? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might be the very thing another man needs to hear to recognize his own moment. Sign 4. Active listening and engaged responses. A woman who is truly into you doesn't just hear your words, she feels them. She leans in, not because she's cold, but because your presence draws her like warmth in winter. Her eyes don't wander. Her attention doesn't drift. She nods. She mirrors your gestures. She laughs, not out of politeness, but because something inside her wants to connect. That is no accident. That's psychology in action. The ancient Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When a woman listens with full presence, she's letting your thoughts color her world, if only for a moment. That's powerful. That's not random. That's not casual. And in this modern world, where people scroll more than they speak, undivided attention is the rarest form of intimacy. She's not just responding, she's engaged. And that, my friend, is your signal, your cue, your moment. But here's the test. Will you rise to it or fade? A true Stoic doesn't chase. He attracts through presence, not performance. You don't need to overtalk. You don't need to impress. You need to listen back. fully, deeply, intentionally. Look her in the eyes. Match her energy. Don't drift. Don't default to small talk. Ask questions that reveal soul, not surface. What drives you? What's something you believe deeply but rarely say? That's where real connection lives. And that's where attraction flourishes, not in tricks, but in truth. In your ability to remain rooted while the world spins around you. This is not about pretending to be interested. This is about being interested. Because a woman who feels heard is a woman who opens up. You don't unlock the heart by force. You unlock it with focus. Remember this. Attention is the currency of connection. She invests it in you. That means something. Don't fumble it. Respond like a king who recognizes value when it's offered. If you've seen this in your life, comment below. I now see the signs clearly. And if this hit home, if it sparked something inside you, don't just scroll. Like the video. Comment your thoughts. And subscribe to this channel, Stoicism Win, because this journey is just beginning. You're not just here to understand women. You're here to master yourself. Sign 5. Playful teasing or flirting. This is where the dance of attraction becomes both subtle and entertaining. When a woman begins to make lighthearted jokes, challenges you in a playful way, or mock argues over something like who makes the better coffee or which movie is overrated, she's not just being funny, she's signaling interest. This isn't just random humor. It's calculated charm. You've sparked her curiosity, and now she's testing the waters with wit. According to Stoic wisdom, emotions and desires often reveal themselves in action, not just words. Think of Marcus Aurelius's teaching. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When a woman feels safe around you, her playful side emerges naturally, because safety breeds freedom. Flirting, in this sense, becomes an emotional handshake. She's opening a door to see if you'll walk through it confidently. From a psychological perspective, teasing breaks down walls. It fast-tracks rapport, and it reveals whether you can handle tension with grace. Here's the key. Respond with the same energy, but avoid turning it into a verbal sparring match. You're not in a competition to outwit her. You're building a connection. If she pokes fun at your haircut or your choice of drink, don't act insulted. Instead, smile and play along. Maybe tease her back about how she takes 100 selfies before choosing one. Just make sure the tone stays light, not cutting. Remember the wisdom of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Don't get defensive and don't overanalyze. Stoic men stay grounded. This is your moment to show your emotional strength and confidence, wrapped in humor. Real-life application? Next time you catch her teasing you, recognize it for what it is, a sign of connection. Let your charisma shine by staying calm, clever, and in control. Life is a conversation, not a courtroom. The best relationships begin with laughter and ease, not pressure and performance. If this reminds you of a moment where teasing turned into something more, share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear how you handled it. And if you're still learning the rhythm of this playful back and forth, don't worry. Like any good dance, it gets better with practice. Common misinterpretations. In the complex realm of human connection, we often find ourselves overanalyzing the subtle cues that women send us. But let me give you a word of caution. Not every action should be viewed as a sign of attraction. A simple smile, a quick compliment, or a brief response might simply reflect politeness, not romantic interest. Remember, context is everything. One behavior on its own doesn't define the story. It's the combination of actions that tells the true narrative. For instance, a smile paired with prolonged eye contact and a genuine, engaging conversation speaks volumes, while a casual smile alone might just be a friendly gesture. The key here is not to overanalyze every single action, as it can easily lead to unnecessary anxiety. Stoics taught us to master our thoughts and emotions, not let them rule us. So, if you're unsure about her intentions, take a bold step forward and simply ask, "I feel like we get along really well. What do you think?" This opens the door for clarity without pressure. How to respond. When you notice these signs, confidence is your best ally. When you spot these signs, don't hesitate or second-guess yourself. Let your authentic self shine through. Be self-assured without arrogance. When the moment feels right, take the next step. Ask her out, suggest an activity, or simply express your interest in a respectful, straightforward way. To recap, the 5 secret signs a woman is attracted to you are genuine eye contact, subtle touches, active listening, playful teasing, prioritizing time with you. These behaviors are subtle but powerful. Recognizing them can transform how you approach relationships. All right, now it's your turn. Start observing these subtle signs in your interactions and use them to build real, meaningful connections. Always keep in mind that relationships thrive on mutual understanding, respect, and effort. If you found value in this video, share your thoughts in the comments. Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss powerful content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.